Welcome back, everybody. It's another great day and great addition to the podcast. Don't have a formal name. That's still in the works, still being engineered by our various viewers and their votes. Sorry for not being here last week. A lot of schedules, a lot of technical difficulties happened last week. But the fans, we sent out emails, we sent out tweets. They all got the kind of breakdown of through the emails and tweets. So we appreciate that on all your responses and all that. So we'd like to welcome back our colleagues, Mr. Andrew Price. Welcome back to the program.
Hey.
It's great having you here, and our very own commissioner. Welcome back to the program.
Hi.
Well, just to get things started, like I said, we're very sorry for last week. And we look forward to having a productive week this week and so on and so forth. So let's just dive right back into what happened last week. Let me get this here. All right, we had the first game.
Good to be back. I would say Kib's trying to shake off the rust, but after being off a week, but this is just how he always is.
Last week we had me versus Hutch. Pretty low scoring game for both of us. Not too fun of a game for either of us. However, Andrew, do you have any thoughts on this game and this matchup between Hutch and I?
Yeah, it just showed you that you're all talk, false confidence, false machismo, false bravado from you, Kib. And Hutch is the best player in this league, and you took a shot at the king, and you best not miss, but you did. And you got the smackdown, and the better team won, the better player won, the better owner won. And that's all you can really ask for at the end of the day from a matchup.
Yeah. To reference Andrew's shot that I took at Hutch, it was when I called my name. My team name was 3-1, so we were both going to be 3-1 at the end of the week. That was my shot. It was what Andrew was referencing. Thank you. Kyle, your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I think Hutch is having a really good year this year. If you're ever going to beat her, this would probably be the week, Kib, but, you get 0 points out of DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. I did take a shot. Andrew was correct on that. I took a shot, and I thought I would have put it in Mary Beth's head that she might have been rattled, and she didn't. It more rattled me, obviously, with the Jets defense, Hopkins and Stafford. Three top performers of mine just didn't show up to play, and the end result was a 12-point loss when your opponent only scores 88 points. That's pretty disappointing and pretty pitiful on my team's part. But it's good to have Le'Veon Bell back, I guess, for the future. And it's Hopkins having 0 is very concerning going forward. However, Mary Beth.
Take longer, Kib. Seriously, take longer.
Mary Beth, great win. And moving along, we'll get to the next games. We had Robert Mischler versus Michael Henry, and in a roommate matchup where Mr. Henry came out victorious at 106-85. Mr. Commissioner, your thoughts on this matchup?
It's almost getting funny what happens to Robert. He plays Mike on clearly his best day. He can't buy a break here. 85 points isn't good, but it was good enough to beat Mike, I think, the week before. It's just kind of funny. He's got Julio Jones going off. Welcome to the league, Robert. Welcome to the league.
And Mr. Price.
Yeah, Kyle said it best there. I could echo everything he said. The one thing, it wouldn't have made a difference, but starting the Colts defense was an interesting tactic by Robert there. Interesting and stupid. I don't want to call him stupid, but that move was kind of stupid. I'm trying to be as PC as possible because I do like Robert. Do think he's just caught some bad luck. It's sort of like me on paper. We got the best two teams, two of the top 4 teams on paper, I'd say, in the league. But it's just not really panning out, and I feel his pain. But starting the Colts defense was not the best look, right?
He has dropped them. I just looked. He has dropped them already. So
He has since dropped them.
At least he figured it out. Yes.
Probably try to drop him mid-game, but you can't really do that. Yeah, Mike, now dominate performance. Julio Jones, welcome back. I mean, welcome to the league, I guess. I mean, he was not doing much, and then 36 points out of nowhere. That's always fun. Odell Beckham in the news this week saying he's frustrated and is disinterested in football going forward. That's it. That's not good for you, Mr. Michelin.
Wait, what did he say?
He said something
He said
like
he's disinterested in football?
It's like not having fun.
not having fun.
No.
I don't know. I mean, all the Giants do is pass, so I don't know what that means. But going forward,
Like the best receiver on the team. Like,
yeah. I don't know. That's strange. However,
Zero fun, sir.
going forward, we had the other guy versus Purdue football 2-win season, which Purdue looks like they will win 0 games this year, or one more game this year, I guess.
Okay, kid. Let's just pass this one on to me. I'll cut you off before you can even start talking any further. I think that's what everybody wants.
Can I start?
Matt, with the all-time low, I think, of the year, don't expect anyone to get lower than 61 unless it's me. So, yeah, really came out flat and got taken out behind the woodshed and given a nice beatdown. I love a good old-fashioned beatdown. Sad to see it happen to my roommate, but I am pro beatdown. So that's my summary of this little matchup here.
Love the Boston accent. Need more of the Boston accent. Mr.
Don't know how much time you spent in Boston. All right.
you know, like the Midwest part of Boston.
Mr. Commissioner?
Yeah, so I think like this is the most points I think Joe scored all year. He's just kind of like, I'm going to score my 85 to 95 points and try and beat me. And they really it's worked out for him so far. So it's an interesting strategy. It's been working for him. It helps when this line, I don't even know what to say about this line. We got questionables all over the place. Just, it was not good on Matt's part. So.
Oh, yeah. Q. Dan Bailey, when your kicker is in the ball for a rough week.
Oh, yeah. Good win. Good win by Joe. Matt, you know, his team it looks good. I mean, Gronk, with Tom Brady coming back this next week, it's going to look good for him. But some of his top performers just haven't been performing, and that's that. I mean, you need that. You need your top guys to perform. He just hasn't gotten that. Moving on, we had Devontae should be a free man versus my year. Another low-scoring game where Devontae Freeman came out victorious, 84-70. Mr. Commissioner, your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, we did not have a lot of great scoring this week. We only got 2 people in double digits. I want to think there's better quarterbacks on the waiver wire than Dak Prescott. I could be wrong. I haven't looked, but
17 points isn't bad.
I'd like to think that did really well, but that's nothing he would have done would have changed it. But it's just one of those things.
Right.
I think there'd be better. His bench played pretty well though.
Definitely. Andrew?
Yeah, I'm excited to see about half of Bob's players are coming over to my team now. Hopefully that'll help me out. Yeah, so his team, I don't know where we're going with this now on the ESPN page. Scrolling all over the place. But yeah, Bob, good win. I'm excited to send some of my players your way. You sent some of yours mine. Hopefully everybody wins and everybody's happy. But good win this week. I'm proud of you, buddy. Keep up the good work.
Yes, Andrew, I'm very glad that you addressed that. That will be addressed later. However, yeah, good win. It's always nice, too, when you can win in a low-scoring game because your opponent just didn't show up to play. Eric, your bench did, but your receiver to kicker, I don't know, they were not to be found on the field. Moving on, we had a matchup between you two where our very own commissioner came out victorious. Would you just like to start? The victor, would you like to start on what happened and transpired in this matchup?
Yeah, so Ben Roethlisberger had a really nice game for me, but wasn't enough. Won in my real league, so I'm assuming that's what you were telling the victor to talk about.
Yes.
So I won in that, moved on to 3-1. Over here we're going to see Latavius Murray 1 point. You will never see that again on my team. I guarantee it. Tevin Coleman with 2 points. I guarantee you'll never see that again. And Des Bryant on the bench. I guarantee you won't see that either. But Kyle, I can't say I'm pro beatdown and not congratulate you for taking me behind the woodshed. The woodshed was busy this week. Me and Matt, he's right over there, just behind this wall. Both got taken out behind the woodshed and beaten down. Try to console each other after these tough losses. It's nice to have somebody in that with you. Makes everything a little bit easier. But congrats on another win, Kyle. You're looking good this year. And your fantasy team looks pretty good too.
All right, your thoughts on your victory?
Yeah, I got a little nervous after Ben Roethlisberger's performance. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Stephon Diggs didn't play that great, so it helped me out. But I was nervous. Andrew, I also won in my league for money, so we've got that in common as well. Doing well in that league as well. So I'm with Sam in first place in that league, so I feel pretty good about that. It's a good win. I can't wait to talk about that trade with Bob. I have some choice words on Bob's end for that trade. I wish we could have got him on here to hear what he had to say for it.
Me too. He bowed out.
Yeah, I can only imagine why.
But go back to the game, Kyle. Great win. Andrew, you were kind of in the boat with a lot of other people. Just top performers did not perform. You're not going to win many matchups when that happens. All right, so let's just do a little bit of a transition before we go to previewing of next week. Addressing the trade, Andrew, that you referenced. Some of the players on your team will not be on the team for next week. What was the trade, if you can recall it, and how did the trade happen?
I don't really remember the trade.
I have it up. I have it up.
Yeah, you should pull it up so I can take a look.
So Bob is giving away Devonta Freeman, DeMarco Murray, and Jordan Matthews for the players Andrew mentioned: Latavius Murray, Tevin Coleman, and Des Bryant.
I'm getting Jordan Matthews too, right?
Yeah, I believe I said that.
Yeah,
it might have cut out. So yeah, that's the trade. You guys all know it now. I like to have my news out there. I don't like to, suppress it. Everyone should know. Thought it was an even trade for both sides. I think both teams got better, so I think it was a smart move for us to do. When I look at my roster now, I've said I'm one of the best teams on paper. I think I am the best team on paper now. When you look at it, goes quarterback, running back on your first three. When you look at your roster on the ESPN app, as all of you probably know. But I think it goes 2, 1, 3 in position rankings for those three spots. So I like the direction that my team's heading moving forward. Like I said, though, I like Bob's direction too. He's a great player, great owner. He got a lot of scrutiny with the Jordan Matthews, Eric Decker trade, and we all know who's been coming out on top for that so far. So I'm a little nervous about that, but I think it was a great deal overall. Great for the league to see that kind of action.
We're both 2-2, so nobody came out on top of that trade.
Points since the Matthews-Decker trade. Matthews or Decker? I forget.
Matthews.
Decker is position ranked 2 spots behind Matthews. They are essentially even.
So
we crucified Bob for it, and he's come out on top. Numbers don't lie.
Right, but everybody said I was the one that came out on top at the beginning. So technically, Bob got better off that trade.
What?
Bob.
Jordan Matthews is definitely better.
Yeah, so whoever Bob got Jordan Matthews, and we said, Bob, you're an idiot for doing this trade, and he happened to be better off.
Yeah, but okay, so
trades.
I mean, let's just break this one down from a fundamental standpoint.
What?
He gave up it's right now on paper right now. He gave that up for basically
Right.
Everything's breaking up on my end right now, but I probably agree with Kyle. He normally knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he broke them up on my end.
Latavius Murray is garbage. He got a bunch of touchdowns the first couple of weeks. He had 8 carries against Baltimore last week. 10 carries game before and 8 carries. He didn't score a touchdown. He is like,
I got really sick. I'm extremely sick of Latavius Murray, so it's nice to get rid of him. I feel good about that.
He hardly gets double-digit carries. He's not even like a running back one, in which case Bob gave away a running back one, literally the running back one, for no value. He's got his best player is injury-prone Des Bryant on this trade. I don't see what was going through his head.
Exactly.
I know there were some rumors that Andrew might go down to Bloomington, but if I believe that, well, I mean, I guess it just shows why he would make this trade in the first place. So
let me read.
All I'm saying is we could have replayed the clip that we did last time Bob made a trade, and we could have just replayed that. And look who's laughing now. Bob's laughing his way to a better deal.
Correct. But the game's played on paper, Andrew, and on paper you took him on behind the shed and you performed really glad.
And on paper, my team should be undefeated this year. On paper, my team should be undefeated.
Got a lot better now.
I don't know. Then I don't know where we're playing these games, Andrew, because these games are all played on paper, but you're not undefeated. However, referencing back to what
that's why I don't understand.
However, referencing back to what Kyle said, this is Bob, text by text. He said, I did not collude with Andrew. The main 3 dots, 3 periods, The main reason I did the deal was because Andrew said he'd come to Bloomington.
Objection. Conjecture. We don't have this confirmed.
I don't know I don't know what a conjecture.
I'm pretty sure they're already on your team, Andrew. They came through today or yesterday.
No, I'm saying these texts are hearsay.
Do you want to read them?
Anyone could have done that. Anyone could have done that.
Oh, anyone could have made it. I could have texted myself.
With a simple smartphone and basic coding ability, anyone could have done that.
He said it was a fair trade, and when I made the move, it wasn't done with making Andrew's team good in mind. However, he wanted you. He only made the trade so you would come down to Bloomington. He had one thing in mind. It was a weekend.
Objection, slander.
Slander. Okay. Oh, another one from Bob today. Let me look at the other one from him.
Why are we putting Bob on blast when he's been the best at trading this year?
Oh.
Yeah, he won that trade, but he didn't win it by much.
He said, "Yeah."
But
this is
only
funny thing.
And he's the only one this year who has won a trade in this league. He's the only one.
Andrew, funny thing too.
Not anymore.
You didn't give up your best running back in that trade either. You came out best. This is what he said. I was like, this is what I texted. I was like, Bob, you realize you didn't even get David Johnson from Andrew in the trade? He's like, yeah. Looking back, I probably should have done that. No, duh. You should have looked at getting David Johnson. Andrew's best.
I wouldn't have made the deal. I wouldn't have made the deal if David Johnson.
No, I would not have made it too. Kyle would not. Everybody else in this league would not have done it. Bob only did it so he could get so you could be on his good side. That's the only reason Bob does it.
I think the record should show that you have also been trying to get DeMarco Murray for the past 3 weeks, and you might be a little bit bitter that I got him and you didn't.
What record?
Well, apparently,
what record? I'm out there saying that I've wanted him. That's hearsay. So that's hearsay coming from your end.
Hey, then we'll take all of it from the record, and all of it's gone. None of what we
I have record right here.
It's all inadmissible. It's all inadmissible.
Are you kidding me?
Inadmissible.
There it is. It's backwards on your screen right now. But right there. Yeah.
It's not backwards at all.
If that's backwards, I'm dyslexic.
Whatever. You read it right there. Read it right there.
All I'm saying is Bob's track record says he's been the best at trading in this entire league. True or false?
And I'll say this: could the Tennessee Murray get like 25? Could he get 25 carries for 6 touchdowns? Sure.
Can we let Kyle talk?
Go ahead.
The players Bob got like be really good from now on. I guess will they? Probably not. I mean, from the previous season, this is from the work they've done this season. In this trade.
Yeah, there's always going to be, but nobody knows until the games are played. And I have confidence, and I think maybe both of our teams filled needs that they needed to fill.
I'm hard pressed.
Maybe we'll both be better for it moving forward.
I'd like to see how he replaces the number 1 running back in the league with a possibly running back 4 at this
Unreal.
Point.
Like Tevin Coleman that was a ridiculous.
That was a preference.
Devontae Freeman are the same.
That's a while. I'll give him that one. That's not the only. That's not the only.
DeMarco Murray for who?
Des Bryant.
No, that's Des Bryant for Jordan Matthews. Who's the other running back?
I would take Des Bryant over Jordan Matthews.
No, Des Bryant broke his knee this week. He's not going to play.
I'm not even playing Jordan Matthews this week.
You didn't play Des Bryant either.
Until a minute before the Lions have said, "Oh, I'm not playing," and then boom, you're going to put him in there. That's what's going to happen. But
my lineup is set how it's going to be set right now. I might go tamper with it before we do the preview.
Evidence saying that Bob only did it so Andrew could come down to Bloomington, which he did not go down there.
All of this evidence is hearsay, and none of it is admissible in this podcast.
Technically, you can't call collusion because he didn't actually go down to Bloomington. He never actually performed the act that was supposedly colluded upon. Like, you got to get some system.
Bob would do anything if it meant Andrew had. If Andrew said,
"Whoa, this is just complete conjecture, slander, hearsay."
I can think of a lot of things that I could say right now.
We're in a court of law right now that I need to do this. We're not in a court of law.
This is if you're on the stand right now, you're going away for 10 to 15 for perjury.
Okay. Well, all right. Back to just trades in general. Let's get off this topic for a bit.
We got to talk about you're in Blues trade too.
Yeah, we got to talk about how everyone thinks you're starting to think that you're getting real annoying with your trades, kid.
All right. First,
I haven't been offered any. I'm a little hurt. I haven't been offered any. Like, I like to be part of the action.
Hold up. Andrew, okay, Kyle, talk about Eric and I trade first. Then, go ahead.
Kid, how much? What was the trade? Can we get it? I don't remember.
It was straight up Todd Gurley from LeGarrette Blount.
For LeGarrette Blount?
Yeah.
With Tom Brady coming back?
So I'm a firm believer that LeGarrette Blount's value is going to drop. I get why Eric is getting rid of Todd Gurley because he hasn't been playing all that great, but he's not that bad either. Like, bust out at any time. I don't know. It's kind of a wait and see kind of trade, but I don't know.
Correct. That's what we both did. He saw that LeGarrette Blount was good now, and I'm thinking future-wise, Gurley's
this is a classic Kib trade where he ends up with the best team at the end of the year, but he can't make it.
I'm looking at it. This is what I'm looking at it as. Eric looked at it that way. Why would he accept it if he didn't think he was going to help him out?
Why would Bob accept? Why would me and Bob's trade?
Why would Bob? Bob has a track record of doing whatever you say, Andrew. A track record.
A track record. Oh my gosh, you're making it seem like I run the kid's life.
You do? Are you kidding me? You do?
No, I don't.
Andrew's texting him right now, like, "Hey, make sure you brush your teeth before you go to bed."
No. Remind him to floss and use mouthwash. No shit.
No.
My gosh, you guys are brutal.
My point is just that this is a classic Kib trade. It made me laugh because it's a classic Kib trade. You're going for a player who's not playing as well as they should be, and you're getting him for less value. You're buying low. This is a classic.
And you're getting rid of a player who's playing much better than he should.
Okay, if that's a classic my trade, why are you guys always upset when I trade?
No one's upset, Kib.
Yeah, you are.
I'm saying it was funny.
That you're thinking everyone's upset.
It made me laugh. I'm like, this is what Kib would do. And that just made me laugh.
Okay. Well,
I don't see why you're getting upset about it.
Done. It's already through. I hope we both benefit. Let's put it that way.
No, you don't. You hope he doesn't benefit. Nobody hopes their team benefits. Either way, I know Andrew said the same thing. It's not true.
Correct. However, let's just. I hope LeGarrette Blount breaks his knee in the next game. Whatever.
Hey, Pludes, the guy actually who shouldn't be named, is in my division, and you're not. So I hope you won the trade.
Yeah.
I guess you traded it within your own division. I guess that's a little different.
I'm glad I already played Andrew once. I would have to play him twice after his team.
My team is so good right now. If you look at it, wow.
Okay. And also, moving on just to trades in general, would Andrew reference, and Kyle, you both reference saying, like, you always are, or you're getting, my trades are getting annoying. However, why is it that I'm always being put on blast for all my trades? Like, this is a private one-to-one type of conversation that we're having,
hey, blame the people who are making your trades public. Don't blame us.
I'm not blaming you guys, but you guys were the ones that brought it up, saying that I'm starting to get annoying with my trades. Well, do you guys care? Why does it matter to you two, or why does it matter to somebody else that me and, let's say, the other guy are trading with each other? Let's just put it that way. Why does it matter? Should you guys know about our trade until it's accepted? No, you shouldn't know. Between two private parties, me getting on my trades being on blast is just ridiculous when it comes to that. That's just my thought behind it.
Kib, if you're gonna send like a bunch of trades that are just absolute.
I don't think I've sent you one trade this year. Well, I don't know where you're hearing I'm sending you a bunch of trades.
On the pulse and the heartbeat of not just the podcast.
You do this for 4 years.
Being the pulse and the heartbeat of not just this podcast but the league, I really know what's going on, and people are starting to murmur that Kib should be somehow punished or reprimanded or put a cap on with what he's doing. I don't know if any of that's possible. It might be too far. I personally haven't got one trade, I don't think, from you this year, at least not in the last couple of weeks, so it doesn't bother me. But I see it all the time in the group meet. It's a topic of conversation very frequently. And yeah, people are getting a little upset. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I can't actually cap one person. The only thing I could do is, I guess, put a trade deadline on the whole league and then cap his acquisitions, but I don't really want to do that.
That would be ridiculous.
It's not gonna help.
I don't think it needs to be
ridiculous.
I'm just saying, if anyone I wanted to, I couldn't do it.
That'd be ridiculous.
But I don't.
Yeah, I think that's a private conversation or a private deal. And for it to be put out on blast, it's just a little ridiculous.
What if this league is private, though? Like, there's nothing in this league that's private.
Well, I mean,
everyone's going to know about it.
Like, I don't know. I think what is my trade affecting you? And like, why is it doesn't affect you? Like, if a trade's not accepted, why does it doesn't need to be put out to you? You know, it doesn't need to be put out to everybody. You know,
why does it matter if it's put out to everybody?
Yeah, why are you so sensitive?
It does. It does matter. You guys are getting annoyed by it. I didn't know about this. And if you're going to send it out to everybody, then it does matter. You're not just going to put it out into like our group meet and having it not matter.
Is it because you don't want everybody to know that you're trying to offer them like horseshit trades? Are you trying to like that people don't know they might accept?
I don't know where these bad trades are coming from.
How long did it take you to think of that? How long did it take you to think of that GIF that you put in the group meet like a whole day later? Sure.
Obviously a whole day.
So you were thinking about it the whole time?
No.
He's so rattled right now. He's so rattled. Rattlesnakes.
I thought
rattlesnakes behind you?
I thought my GIF about Gibson.
No, he goes straight to the cell phone when he thinks.
I thought this one was an all-timer, but
that didn't work on my phone. It just showed Michael Jordan and the picture was frozen.
Well, you need to get a new phone. Andy.
Hey, I will say this.
I do need to get a new phone.
I think at least Bob won his trade with Hutch, maybe.
What was that trade? I didn't see it.
Going back to that one, I mean, this was Bob's thing. Bob was like,
"Oh, Bob's got a whole new team."
For one, how many times? Okay, I'm going to be honest. Okay, I've offered the 3-for-1 deal before. Okay, and then Bob comes out of the woodwork and says, "Dude, I'm getting three players for one over here. I won this trade." Like,
I can offer you 3 players too. And
crucified. I'm crucified for doing something like this. But when Hutch
because you offer like Vic Ballard, Dan Bailey, and the Colts defense for I'm getting Antonio Brown now.
Vic Ballard had a good couple games, all right. What do you want?
Vic Ballard hasn't played this season, is why I said his name.
Oh God!
So this is what you do. You'd offer Danny Woodhead, a kicker, and a defense for Antonio Brown.
I've literally never put a kicker or a defense in any of my trades. Never.
The point is you put 3 shitty players together for 1 really good player.
No, oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I have not. I have done moderate players or mediocre players like that. I haven't done crappy players. And I'm not saying this.
Who's going to give their best player for 3 mediocre players unless they have shit ton of injuries?
Injuries, dude. I do it when you guys have injuries or if your team is suffering. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not just doing it.
Look at Kim. He's the savior all of a sudden. I'm trying to help you.
I'm doing you a favor.
I just want you guys to be better. I'm trying to help you.
Want to do the Michael Jordan shrug? I mean, what do you want out of me? I'm helping you guys out. I'm a people's champ. I mean, I'm helping you out.
I'm the champ of shit.
But anyways, back to that trade. I mean, what did Bob get out of that again?
He got Travis Benjamin, Drew Brees, and Deshaun Jackson, and he gave up Crabtree.
I mean, Andrew, what do you?
Peaked. Crabtree's peaked. I think Bob potentially could win another trade.
Well, I see why Hutch is though, because Tom Brady's coming back. He doesn't need Drew Brees anymore.
Yeah,
I get it. Like,
Hutch's team on
I
paper.
get it for both.
Bob has 20 quarterbacks now.
Hutch's team is the only one I think on paper that's better than mine.
Bob has like 35 quarterbacks on his roster now by adding Brees.
Hey, if it's a tie, I like his chances with them on the bench with those points.
But unreal. Yeah, he's got like 8 quarterbacks. He's got, I don't know, like I don't know what's going on, how that trade even happened. But
yeah, so none of my players were in that trade. Yeah, Bob's got a whole new. He's got 6 new players now.
Yeah, and I'm the one that usually has a different team by the end of the season. Bob is definitely going to take that title away from me at the end of the season.
I think I'm starting to see what's happening here. As Bob stepped in it, he's doing what you normally do. It used to be a kid thing. Now it's sort of like a Bob thing, and kids getting a little angry that someone's
How many times have I told you he's copying me? How many times have I told you that Bob copies me?
Hey, once, maybe twice.
Every day I tell you that. Every day.
Bob seems like he's got some real estate in your head, though, because every other word that comes out of your mouth always comes back to him, and then you're talking about him every day, apparently, to me.
No, he puts me in these rabbit holes I can't get out. I can't climb out. These rabbit holes.
So he does have real estate in your head.
Like Aaron Parsons and Lou Holtz. Like, I don't want to talk about those guys.
Are you charging him rent?
I mean, more than the rent I'm paying for this damn apartment. It seems like it. All right, enough trade talk. That my heart rate, my blood pressure.
I gotta say one more thing. It just kind of made me laugh. I was wanting to see how many quarterbacks Bob actually had. The number is going to be 3, by the way. And also, Latavius Murray is not even playing this week.
Wait,
he's not playing this week.
He picked up.
No, he's out with a toe injury.
Kyle, he picked up a quarterback.
Yeah, he's got Derek Carr, Cam Newtown,
right,
and now he's going to have Drew Brees.
Yeah, but he picked up Derek Carr off waivers this week.
Right, probably before that trade went through. And Cam Newton is on injury. He's got a concussion.
Kim is headhunting Bob right now. He's trying to zip him up.
No. All right, let's just move on to the previews. This is getting long.
We're doing those still?
We'll run through them quick. The fans and Donald Trump wants them. All right. Moving on. Let's do some previews. Kyle, we have you versus the person not to be named this week. Projection wise, he's a little bit higher. However, what are your thoughts on this matchup coming up?
I got a few thoughts. First, I'm on the bye week woes right now. Going to lean on Matt Ryan. Hope he keeps up his production on a hard matchup. But I will say this: nothing would make me happier to squeak out a win right here this week. 1-2 next week. For some big implications in our rivalry. I've been thinking a lot about this all week. So really like to get a win this week, just to go up against Hutch in second place, make it worth first place. But that's really all I got.
Andrew.
Yeah, the league needs that to be a 5-0 versus 4-1 matchup or 4-1 matchup. So really hope Kyle wins. But yeah, Frank Gores should have a decent game against Chicago, but Matt Ryan against Denver, I don't know. So yeah, hopefully Kyle wins though.
Yeah, Kyle, I'm going to be pulling for you just because I didn't realize that matchup was coming up next week. So I'm going to go with you as well.
I had marked the count all year.
Let's just, I don't like Andrew said too. I don't know if you're going to stick with Matt Ryan. Denver has an awesome defense, and I would not want to have my quarterback going up against them. So.
Yeah, but Matt Ryan against an awesome defense or Kirk Cousins versus an average defense? Well, that is the question.
All right, we have the other guy versus best team on paper. A little 3-1 versus 1-3 matchup. Andrew, however, you are projected the highest with the most check marks. We are check mark guys on this program. What are your thoughts on your matchup?
Yeah, my team is absolutely loaded. Look at that. That is a sexy roster. Only downside I see is Freeman's playing against that Denver defense, but other than that, it's superstar after superstar on the right. can buy a lot of low-scoring wins, so I think Joe's going to win again.
Kyle?
Yeah, the only thing I was going to say, like, not only is your bench filled with us now, thanks, Bob, but you also have some pretty damn good, you have some damn good matchups this week too. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna pick Andrew.
Yeah. Thanks to Bob. Now Andrew has the most depth. Not even getting David Johnson was a ridiculous move. However, Andrew, you will come out victorious. I'm gonna take the points as well with you.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's gonna be a blowout. Robert Woods, I have no idea why he's even on somebody's roster unless you're in a 16-team league. Barnage is terrible this year. So, yeah, and like you said, Roethlisberger 2, Johnson 3, DeMarco 1. Yikes. That's all I got. Yikes. That's
Hold up.
For Joe.
Andrew, would you have made the trade if Jordan Reed had been in it?
No, Jordan Reed's. I called his bust-out game last week. It was all for nothing, but I think he's just going to get better.
Because I was like, at least get like Jordan Reed. I wouldn't have done the trade on Bob's anyways, but at least get somebody.
I would have entertained it for Jordan Reed, but there's no tight ends on the market. I don't have a backup even, so.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was just curious.
All right, moving on. We have the number 1 team in the league, Mary Beth versus Mr. Henry, who hasn't changed his name yet. All right. Still early in the season. We'll hope for the best when it comes to that end. However, projection is a blowout. Mr.
It's got a buy in there still.
Yeah, Mike hasn't updated stuff. He's got a tight end in his flex. That's a little
not going to help.
Kyle, your thoughts on the matchup?
Yeah, I'm taking Hutch. I want it. I want the 1-2 matchup next week. It's going to be fun. So this is why we play the game, boys.
Andrew?
Hutch may win this one by 100.
Wow. Yeah. For Mike's sake, I hope he switches his tight end slot and from the flex out. But I'm going to have to go with, unfortunately, Hutch as well. Tom Brady being back, he's probably going to be pissed and ready to go.
He's also playing Cleveland.
Yeah, that game's going to be blood and guts everywhere.
He's also playing Cleveland and didn't realize
they
that.
might win by 65 in that game.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Mike. None of your we'll see. All right, moving on. We have Mishler versus Norrell. An 0-4 versus 2-2. Wow. Bob with the lowest projected total of the season so far.
Oh my gosh.
Andrew, would you like to start this one off?
Yeah, Bob's got a nice fresh looking team over on his side.
What?
But I think Robert is going to get his first win of the year, and I'd like to congratulate him before it even happens. So Robert, let me be the first to congratulate you on the first win in this league.
Mr. Commissioner, your thoughts on this matchup?
I don't want to know like the possibility of like what shitty scenario is gonna have to happen for Robert to lose this match. He's been getting them like all 4 weeks so far. I think he wins this one. I also think that Bob probably comes in last place in this league. Like, no respect for him right now. I think even when Robert's like 2 games back, I still think I think Bob comes in last.
You know, I'm not feeling sorry either for Bob. You know, I hope Andrew you do not go down to Bloomington and Bob ends up last in this league for the sake of that stupid trade that went through.
Bloomington had nothing to do with the trade.
Well, it seemed to.
Right, because you're never going to go.
It seemed to Bob.
No.
However, like I said in the other matchup, I'm taking Mishler and the points because I just want him to kick the crap out of Bob this week.
Oh, my.
26. Let's go, Mishler. 26 points. All right. And the last matchup, Gibson versus me. 2-2 versus 1-3. Couple teams in the north. We need to catch some ground on Hutch. He's got a 2-game lead over me. A 3-game lead over Gibson. Andrew, would you like to break down this matchup at all?
No, I would not.
Who do you think is going to win? I'm sorry.
I think that you will probably end up winning.
All right. Kyle?
Yeah, I have no idea who on Matt's team is playing. Looking at his lineup, they'll probably all play, but I'm still going to go with Cabe on this one.
Yeah, like I said, I hope Hopkins and Stafford have bounce-back weeks, and we can get some ground, and my name, People's Champ, can come back to fruition.
Actually, you know what? With Alshon playing the Colts and Brady back, I take Gibson.
Oh, because of Gronk, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Gronk hasn't even played that much the last 2 weeks when he was ready to go, but we'll see how that. He's probably just saving himself for Brady. Yeah. Alrighty. Well,
longest podcast of all time, but it was a good one, chock full of good information. Sparks flew, tempers rose. Bob, hopefully you're all right. I try to defend your wall. I always have your back. But yeah, I apologize for my two colleagues here trying to zip you up.
Defend the wall. What do you think? He's like the Great Wall of China over here? You don't need to defend his wall. He can defend himself.
Well,
I will
can't because he's not on the podcast. But
that was his choice. I gave him a spot, and he couldn't make it.
Hey, sometimes you're just too busy.
I will say that about every prediction I've made on this podcast, other than picking winners or losers, has been horribly wrong. So could he easily, probably because I said he won't? Yeah, he probably could come out on top of this trade. Yeah, he's got that going for him. I'm like the Lee Corso of fucking picking stuff on this show. I mean, whatever I pick, you just hope you're on the opposite end of it.
All right. Well,
I think I've been picked every week, and we see how that turned out.
Okay. I guess that was kind of closing thoughts. Any last words before we end the program, Mr. Commissioner?
I want Hutch at 5-1. I want to be 4-1 going into Hutch. I want it bad.
Andrew?
Yeah, real quick, God bless everyone who has stayed this far. And I'd like to apologize personally for my colleague's poor performance on the last podcast. Got a lot of bad reviews. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you to help get those reviews up. Publicity came our way. I'm hoping to turn it back around. I'm writing the ship for you guys now. I'm here for you guys, and God bless all of you.
Wait, could you even watch last week's? Wasn't it such bad quality that you couldn't even watch it?
Yeah, it was. It went out. The quality got to have great quality if you were a premium subscriber. I was kind of hoping no one would see the show is what I was hoping for. So never mind. The non-premium subscribers didn't have access to last week. However, let's hope for a good week. Let's hope for no injuries. That's always a key thing when it comes to fantasy. And let's all have a good week. See you next week, guys. Hopefully.